We are going live. I see us. Let's wave. You know
Yay.
something? I can't tell when the green lights come on. We're already. I'm just going to start the damn music because it looks like every time I say we're not streaming yet, we're already streaming. So here we go. Oh, we got to start again. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Almost 2026.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. HTV. Guess who's here? Happy birthday. It's somebody's. Hello, YouTube. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, Facebook. I'm Bonnie D, and that's Mary N. Mary the bomb. She good. You know what? The Suno Orchestra. We're going to give you guys and gals a break. There we go. I'm Bonnie D. This is Mary N. We are here. This is what? December 29th. Mary, where did the year go? Tell me, please. I've been looking for it and it's just whizzing on by. You okay?
Yeah, I just thought I heard a cat.
Okay. We might have some cat company here today. Mary, quickly tell everybody who you are, what you do, and then we'll get started.
Sure. So I am Mary Nunley, the co-founder of the Lavender Dragon team, and I like to connect people through play.
And tell them quickly about what your favorite, what the dragon is, and what the color of the dragon is, and how much you love cats. Tell them all of that. I just told them.
All
You tell
right.
them.
So I have been collecting dragons all of my life. Lavender is one of my favorite colors. Purple is my main favorite color. Long story behind why we go with Lavender Dragon. And I'm also a cat lady. I currently have 3 cats. One is 24 years old and is quite ill. So if I
Oh,
happen to just disappear off the screen for a
I'll just
moment,
keep reading and you'll
just
come
taking
back.
care of him.
I'll tell you where we are. That's fine. So here we go. It's time to cheer, to toast, to woo. It's December 29th. Happy birthday to somebody. It's not me or you, Mary. I'm Bonnie D on my scarlet mic. I think it's as famous as I am, dishing glam and sass with a vintage spike. I have to take the word vintage out of there. It's really getting on my nerves. And look who's here with a velvet roar, a lavender roar. It's Mary N, my guest co-host du jour. I think she's been on almost as much time, many more than anybody else this year. So I appreciate you. We're naming names in the birthday game from Hollywood Heights. That's the Hollywood Hills to YouTube fame. Oh my goodness gracious. Plus wacky holidays and music history gold. I'd like the gold. Get ready, darlings. The fun is set to unfold. So grab your party hat and let the champagne pour. Mary, it's a little early for mimosa, but I'll meet you later.
Sounds good.
HB2U is lighting up December 29th with glam, with bam, and more. And just for those of you who haven't counted yet, you got 2 more days left to do whatever it is you wanted to do in 2025 because that ball's coming down in Times Square. I don't care what TV show you watch, and it's going to happen. So get ready and skip the Mary, do you make resolutions, by the way?
I don't. I do 3 words and I do sort of big picture planning, but I do not do resolutions.
What are the 3 words? Can we
So
tell?
every year, this is an activity that I learned from Chris Brogan almost a decade ago. And he does this activity of picking 3 words that will sort of guide your decisions through the year.
Yeah,
And so every year they're different.
yeah.
But that's what you refer back to when planning and making decisions, whether it's for work, for personal life, whatever. And those are sort of like your guiding force for the year.
I love it. Like pillars. Can
Yeah.
can you can you share your 3 words with us? Is it
Well, I
or is it
haven't done,
person?
I always share them on the first, and I'm
Okay.
still working on them.
Okay, I have 2 for myself. Can I share those?
Of course.
One is connections, meaning people, make
Hmm.
connections with people, which is my goal. That's why I do all these shows. And the other one is fun.
Nice.
Those are 2. I'll come up with a third. Thank you for that very much. And no, I don't believe in resolutions. They're just things people say I didn't keep it and why
Exactly.
should we start out the year with failure? So let's go. We are starting with music and entertainment milestones. I'll kick it off with a date here that nobody I know was alive then, but it's fun to talk about. 1932, the Radio City Music Hall opens. It was an Art Deco marvel, part of Rockefeller Center, that became the world's largest indoor theater. Have you been there, Mary? I have.
I have not.
I don't know what it's like today, but it was grand. It's still, the structure was still there. Under the visionary direction of impresario S.L. Roxy, Roxy, Rothafel, that was his name, the debut featured legendary precision dancers, the Roxyettes. They were named after him, but they
Aha.
later named them the Rockettes. How coincidental. It was Roxy and Rockefeller and then Rockettes. Interesting very much. They had
Hmm.
opera stars there. Tita Rufo, Coe Glad or Glade, and Vera Schwartz. They had 100 voice chorus, Mary. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And they had their own orchestra for a spectacular show cementing its legacy early. It just debuted in 1932 as a premier entertainment venue. It is worth going there next time you're tooling around Manhattan. You go, okay?
Very cool. All
You go.
right.
You've got the next one.
Well, switching from glitz and glam to television, 1947, the beloved children's program Howdy Doody, starring the iconic marionette and hosted by Buffalo Bob Smith, first appeared on NBC's Puppet Playhouse, launching a cultural phenomenon that defined early children's television with circus themes, interactive elements like the Peanut Gallery, and the pioneering use of color TV. And while I did not really grow up with Howdy Doody, some of those things came through in Chicago kids television with, Captain Kangaroo and
Mm-hmm.
Cuddly Dudley and Mr. Green Jeans. And then my favorite, BJ and the Dirty Dragon Show.
Never heard it, but I want to say it's howdy doody
Doody
time.
time,
Da, da,
yes.
da, 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 da. And I remember Buffalo Bob. I don't know what happened to Bob Smith. And we had Princess Winter, Spring, Summer, Fall. And they had a puppet with a funny nose, Uncle somebody or other. I went there once. I went to the studio.
Oh,
I
fun.
was supposed to go with some friends. I was like, I won't even tell you. Well, it was 1947, obviously. I was supposed to go with some friends, and I was sick that day, and I begged my mother to let me go, and she did. I didn't feel so good, but I sat in some bleachers, and you said hello,
It
and the
was worth
puppet
it.
went.
It was worth
Yeah,
it.
you never really want to go behind the scenes. Let's go ahead a decade, almost to 1956. Elvis Presley made chart history. We're going from Rockettes and Radio City to Howdy Doody and Buffalo Bob and the Princess to Elvis Presley. He made chart history with 10, count them, Mary, 10 simultaneous singles on the Billboard's Hot 100, which was at that time called the Top 100. I like that.
Wow.
Astonishing everyone then, and it's still important record. Record. There you go. It's a record. Elvis had more songs in the US Top 100 than any other artist since the beginning of time when records were charted. I didn't say the beginning of time like cavemen, but when they started charting, including his number one hits, Heartbreak Hotel, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and I won't even attempt to sing the last one, Love Me Tender. So, wow, Elvis was that was those hips, that guitar. He was just doing it, wasn't he? Okay,
He sure was.
you go.
Well, moving from the King, we move into 1964. Performing their hit Come See About Me, the Supremes make their first appearance on TV's Ed Sullivan Show.
Did you
And
watch the
in the
show, by the way?
same year, that was really not my thing, but I
Okay.
was I was more of a laugh-in person.
Our family watched the Ed Sullivan Show. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it
Yeah,
was
no,
a
no. I mean,
variety
my
show.
parents liked the Ed Sullivan Show. I was more into laugh-in and those types of
Well, I
shows.
have to tell you, Ed Sullivan wore a gray suit almost all the time. Tall man, very somber, very unhumorous, and he'd cross his arm, folded arm like he said, "We have a really great shoe for you today." And everybody joked he
Yes.
said shoe instead of show. So you've got the next one too. Go
I
ahead.
remember that. Well, and then we also watched a lot of Lawrence Welk and a lot of polka. So anyway, moving on. Still in 1964, the Liverpool Youth Employment Service announced that some school dropouts were finding it difficult to get jobs because their Beatles-style mop-top haircuts and clothing were seen as unprofessional and rebellious by employers and authority figures. This cultural clash led to job rejections and school bans for young men who adopted the look, showcasing the power of music and fashion to challenge norms. And to this day, there's still music and fashion are challenging norms.
There you go. And I do remember one of my grandmas, they're both named Rose, and one of them would call us up and she'd say, "Girls," to me and my sister and my mom, she'd say, "Girls, turn on the Ed Solomon show." She liked Solomon instead of Solomon. "Turn on the Ed Solomon show." And it was the Beatles were on. And she'd say, They're wearing wigs. She couldn't,
Oh,
even though
wow.
she came from another era, she couldn't believe that that was their real hair. So they're wearing wigs. In 1966, speaking of whom and which, at London's Abbey Road Studios, Paul McCartney, did I have a crush on him, began work on a new song called Penny Lane. He recorded 6 tracks, not five, not four, not 10, 6 tracks on keyboards and various percussion effects. And he was inspired by, believe it or not, already making news, the Beach Boys, who had an album called Pet Sounds. The lyrics reference the Beatles' Liverpool roots where they grew up. The title of the song, Penny Lane, is from the name of a street near John Lennon's house in the band's hometown of Liverpool. McCartney and Lennon would meet at Penny Lane Junction in the Mossley Hill area to catch a bus into the center of the city.
Oh, how fun.
That is love. There is a real Penny Lane. Wow.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, jumping decades, in 1973, and he was one of my heroes, American
Yeah.
folk and rock singer-songwriter Jim Croce posthumously scored his first U.S. single of the year with Time in a Bottle. Croce
Mm.
perished at 30 in a plane crash on September 20th. Between 1966 and 1973, he released 5 studio albums and many singles, taking odd jobs to pay bills while he continued to write, record, and perform concerts. And my favorite song of his was Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
Oh, and I love time in a bottle. If I could put time in a
Yes.
bottle, I'm killing the song. Anyway, yes, bad Leroy Brown, great song. So he passed away at 30. So that means he started doing all of his songwriting in his early 20s, 5 albums
Yep.
in 7 years.
Well,
That's that
he probably, I think he started writing in his teens, actually.
He must have. That's a lot. He was a bad Leroy Brown when he
He
started. There you
was.
go. And let's jump we're doing decade jumping today. I'm not sure. Oh, this is in here because of one of the names. There's a super group called Band Aid, AID, that topped the UK charts with their benefit single, Do They Know It's Christmas? Well, coincidentally and oddly, that was in the UK. In the US, the number one song was Madonna's Like a Virgin. So we had Christmas and Virgin, and I don't think it was meant to be that way. But anyway, so interesting how songs and culture, there we go, culture class, right? There we go.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah, you've
hopping
got a
ahead.
wow. You've got a
Yeah,
wow
hopping
now.
ahead to 1999, 2000 party over. Whoops, it's out of time. 3 ferrets named Beckham, Posh Spice, and Baby Spice after the Spice Girls were used to lay power cables for a New Year's Eve rock concert in Greenwich, London, because
What?
workers were not allowed to dig up turf at the Royal Park, and rods could not push the cable through the tiny tunnels that bend. The ferrets were eased into tiny nylon harnesses with wires, which were then attached to a rope. They ran into a series of understage ducks like rabbit runs, leading the cables with them. Ferrets instinctively head for any hole and are enticed to the end of the duck by a slab of smelly meat. The concert featured Simply Red, the Eurythmics, and Brian Ferry. That could be a really fun AI video to
Isn't
create.
that I found that in one of my music history sites, and that's going to be, I'm going to start a new show called Say What. That's going to be one of my Say What stories. That is just, cat's okay.
No, he's not. He's having a seizure.
You have to go.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll do the next one. I'll keep
Okay.
doing until you come back. Okay, Mary's taking care of her ill cat. She'll be right back. Okay, so enough for the ferrets. In 2010, Polestar reported that Bon Jovi were, because they were a band, the year's highest earning touring act with $200 million. Now, this is 2010. Remember that, and we're now in 2025. So it was 15 years ago, $200 million, which pales in comparison to what shows are earning today. Australian rockers AC/DC, the group, were number two for the second year in a row. Their ticket sales total $177 million. U2, you all know that name, with the top worldwide act in 2009. That was the year before, were number three. They only sold a mere $160.9 million worth of tickets. Lady Gaga came in fourth, and Metallica came in five. And I'm going to do the next one till we get beautiful Mary back. So in 2012, Adele's album 21. So 12 and 21, if you reverse the numbers, you've got it. Easy way to remember. She overtook Oasis's song, What's the Story, Morning Glory, to become the UK's fourth biggest selling album of all time. The best selling album of all time by a solo artist in the UK, and 23 weeks atop the UK album chart. It was the longest by a female solo artist. In the US, it became the best performing Billboard 200 album of all time. It held number one for 24 weeks, longer than any album since 1985, which was 27 years before, and the longest again by a female solo artist in chart history. Oasis's album sold 4.555 million plus copies. Adele sold 4.562 million plus copies. There you go. She topped them by just a couple of million in there. This, or half part of a million. This was just over a year since 21 overtook Amy Winehouse, the late Amy Winehouse. Winehouse, her album Back to Black became the UK's biggest selling album of the 21st century. Let's see if Mary's back yet. Mary, are you back? I don't see her. So I'm going to go into celebrity birthdays and we'll wait for her to come back. She's got a very sick kitty today. Okay, today is the birthday of Jon Voight. He is 87 today. Those of you who may remember him might remember him for Midnight Cowboy, and I'll give you a little more about him. Actor who won the Best Actor Academy Award. Hi, Emma.
Hello.
Emma's going to
Thanks.
take over. Emma, I'm on celebrity birthdays. You want to scroll down to there?
No, right now we're taking care of our cat. He's having a seizure.
Okay.
So we're not going to be able to continue. He's kind of
Okay.
so
Should we leave the Zoom open in case Mary comes back?
I'm not sure how long it's going to be.
All right. I'll just keep reading. If she can come back, that's fine. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay. Actor was nominated for the Best Actor Academy Award for his portrayal of a Vietnam veteran in Coming Home in 1978. Jon Voight was nominated for playing the would-be gigolo Joe Buck in Midnight Cowboy, the one I mentioned in 1969. I saw that movie. Gave me nightmares. He played the ruthless bank robber Oscar Manny Mannheim in Runaway Train in 1985. And he played the sportscaster Howard Cosell in the movie Ali, A-L-I, in 2001. His other films include Deliverance. Let's see what we've got here. Deliverance, 1972. The Champ, 79. Mission Impossible, 1996. Zoolander, everybody knows that one, 2001. And Transformers in 2007. He played Mickey Donovan on the popular Showtime drama series Ray Donovan in 2014. Jon Voight is the father of actress Angelina Jolie and actor James Haven, her brother. I did not know that. Here's a sidebar. In 1969's controversial X-rated, it was X-rated because it was controversial, Midnight Cowboy, the film that made his career, he played a naive male hustler from Texas, adrift in New York City, who comes under the tutelage, that's an interesting word, of Dustin Hoffman's petty thief con artist Ratso Rizzo. Listen to this. Midnight Cowboy became the only X-rated movie to win the Best Picture Oscar. That's the Academy Award. Both Jon Voight and Dustin Hoffman were nominated for Best Actor, and they lost to John Wayne in True Grit. There's so much irony in there, I won't even go into it. Today is also the birthday of Jude Law, who's 53. English actor who gained international recognition in Anthony Minghella The Talented Mr. Ripley back in 1999 and Steven Spielberg's AI Artificial Intelligence in 2001. He was in Sam Mendes' Road to Perdition the following year, 2002, and again in Anthony Minghella's Cold Mountain, 2003. He played Dr. Watson in Sherlock Holmes in 2009, and again Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows in 2011. He played young Albus Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. A lot of you may remember that, and Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore in 2022. That was just 3 years ago. And he played Jan Rog in Captain Marvel in 2019. Interestingly enough, Jude Law's first real name, his name really was David, after his father's best friend. But he's always referred to his middle name, Jude, which comes from two places, Thomas Hardy's novel, Jude the Obscure, and the Beatles song, Hey Jude, Happy Birthday, Jude Law. We have another icon of movies here. Ted Danson is 78 today. I just watched him in A Man on the Inside, season 2. He is an actor who achieved stardom playing the lead character Sam Malone on the NBC sitcom Cheers, 1982 to 1993, followed by the FX legal drama Damages from 2007 to 2010, and the NBC comedy The Good Place. I never got into that one, 2016 to 2020. His breakout film role were the comedies Three Men and a Baby in 1987 and Three Men and a Little Lady in 1990. Other leading roles on TV include the CBS sitcom Becker. I remember that, 1998 to 2004. He was in CSI, okay, on CBS, CSI Cyber. I like that one. Season 2 of the FX anthology series Fargo, 2015. The HBO comedy Curb Your Enthusiasm for 4 years, till last year. The sitcom on NBC Mr. Mayor. The Netflix comedy A Man on the Inside. And he has been married to Mary Steenburgen, or Bergen, how you pronounce it, for 35 years. And together, this year, they received the Bob Hope Humanitarian Award at the 77th Primetime Emmys. And we have one more quick birthday, Paula Poundstone, the comedian, author, actress, interviewer, and commentator, who has been doing one-hour HBO comedy specials since the late 1980s. She is 66 today, and she hosts the podcast Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. She won the 1989 American Comedy Award for Best Female Stand-Up Comic, and she is known for never doing the same act twice. She wrote 2 books, There Was Nothing in the Book That I Meant to Say, in 2006, and The Totally Unscientific Study of the Search for Human Happiness in 2017. We have an in memoriam birthday today, Mary Tyler Moore, who was born in 1936 on this day, lived to 2017, and she had 80 good years. Film and TV actress, producer, social advocate, known for her roles on The Dick Van Dyke Show, way back, 1961 to 66, her own, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, 1970 to 77, which, quote, helped define a new vision of American womanhood and appealed to an audience facing the new trials of modern-day existence. She won 6 Primetime Emmys, 3 Golden Globe Awards, nominated for her Best Oscar Actress for her role in Ordinary People, the movie, and she had major supporting roles in the musical film Thoroughly Modern Millie and the dark comedy Flirting with Disaster. Interesting, her TV career began in 1955 playing a dancing elf on Hot Point home appliances and TV ads. She was called Happy Hot Point, and the ads ran during breaks in the Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. I thought that was fun. Here's some interesting news. For appearing in 39 Hot Point ads in 5 days as the dancing elf, she received $6,000, which is the equivalent now. Now forget this. Don't forget, this is from 55. Today it would be equivalent to $57,000. So she was very well paid. Let's do some social media birthdays now. I don't think Mary's coming back, but we'll just, you know what? I'm going to, all right, I'll leave it up in case she comes back. Today, it's the birthday of Nikinho, Nikenninho. He is 11 years old, and the reason we're celebrating his birthday is he has 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he has had 289,000 million views. 289 million views. Okay, I forgot a couple of multipliers. Let's see now. He's a Brazilian young boy, who posts his soccer gaming content since 2021, when he was 7 years old. His subscribers love keeping up with his soccer gameplays. His dad started helping him run his channel and is often featured in his videos. Nikinho in Brazil, happy birthday. Today is the birthday of Mariah Ritter. She is 27. She has 17 million plus TikTok fans, and she has a whole bunch of YouTube fans, actually 5 million plus. She is married to Bill. They've been married since last year, and they post a mix of dance, lip sync, comedy, challenges, pranks, and other videos, and their fans are the Marblee Squad, M-A-R-B-L-E, like in marble, but you split it up. There you go. We have a birthday on Instagram to JackFunny313. That's all one name. He's 32, and he has 1.5 million followers, plus he posts comedy content, jokes, pranks, relatable comedy sketches, and if anybody finds out what relatable is, please tell me. His viral comedy TikTok of him talking about macaroni made by a family member had 5 million plus views. Okay, and one more birthday, TikTok, Ashley Rose. She is 22 today, and she has over 3 million views. She posts clips of her pranks where she talks to strangers on video, chat platforms, and she once interviewed strangers in a Target store. If you were one of them, let me know. In 2023, her TikTok video went viral that was titled, "This Video is Out of Pocket." Okay, happy birthday to all of them. And we have one wacky holiday today, and you may resonate with this or it may resonate with you. It's National Fruitcake Day. Fruitcake. It's boozy, it's chewy, it's rich, it's got dried fruit, nuts, and sugar saturated with sometimes brandy or bourbon. Drink up or eat up. The dense, sweet textured treat is generally served around the year-end holidays. Most mass-produced fruitcakes in the U.S. don't have any booze in them. There are recipes in Australia, Bulgaria, Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, India, Mexico, New Zealand. I'm reading this as fast as I can, alphabetical order, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Switzerland, and the UK, and they each have their own recipes. The earliest known recipe had pomegranate seeds, pine nuts, and raisins mixed into barley mash in ancient Rome in 500 BC. In the Middle Ages, they added honey, they added spices, and preserved fruits. Recipes varied on country, based on country and availability. In the 16th century, well, two things happened. Sugar from the American colonies became abundant, and it was discovered high concentrations of sugar could preserve fruit. So they had an awful lot of excess candied fruit, and there you go. Fruitcakes were often sold by charities as a fundraiser. Let's move to the 18th century. Rich butter-laden fruitcakes called plum cakes were considered so decadent and so sinfully rich, keyword sinfully, they were banned or restricted across Europe, with laws limiting ingredients like sugar and butter. However, in the Victorian era, they were okay for wedding cakes. 1913, the beginning of the mail-order fruitcake boom in the U.S., made possible by the parcel post service, with the bakeries Collins Street Bakery and Claxton Fruitcake making their debuts. The introduction of parcel post delivery made shipping goods across the country, including food, affordable and easy. Fruitcake's dense texture and long shelf life made it ideal for mailing. 1935, the expression, anybody ever called you nutty as a fruitcake? Well, it means eccentric, a little crazy. It was popularized linked to Southern bakeries that they had a lot of cheap nuts. I'm not talking about workers. Cheap nuts and fruit, and the cakes were packed with nuts. The adjective nutty appeared in 1821, connecting it to the dense nut-filled cakes, and became a recognized idiom in the 1930s. It took a while. 1956, fruitcake appeared in pop culture in Truman Capote's book, A Christmas Memory, where his young, eccentric cousin was baking fruitcake when it was proper fruitcake weather. We'll leave that one alone. December 28th, 1988, Johnny Carson killed the fruitcake trade. He had an infamous joke on his TV show, Late Night with Johnny Carson. The worst gift is a fruitcake. There was only one fruitcake in the entire world, and people keep sending it to each other. Well, fruitcake sales just about crashed, drastically declined thanks to Johnny Carson. Before the joke, everybody wanted fruitcake for the holidays. And just so you know, January 7th is coming up in 9 days. In 1995, January 7th was designated Fruitcake Toss Day. It's time to get rid of the leftover fruitcake. And we're just going to start the song all over again. And I'm going to wish everybody happy, merry, what's left of the holidays. I'll be back on Wednesday for a New Year's Eve day. HB2U. Why not? Here we go. Best wishes to Barry and Amadeus and their cat. I'm Bonnie D. Happy birthday. Somebody's day. Always special. I'm debuting a new show in January. You gotta stick around. There'll be 6 series this year. Just want to have fun. Have a happy almost New Year, and I'll see you on Wednesday for New Year's Eve. Bye-bye.